3 in the morning. You're lying in bed, eyes closed, but your mind is racing at 1,000 miles per hour. Your heart pounds. Your breathing becomes shallow. That familiar tightness in your chest starts to settle in, and you know it's going to be another sleepless night, fighting thoughts you can't control. You've tried everything, haven't you? Meditation apps, breathing exercises, even medications. Some work for a while, others don't work at all. But what if I told you that the problem isn't the anxiety itself, but the way you've been trying to fight it? In just a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to delete anxiety from your system in just 7 minutes, using the power of your own subconscious mind. I'm not talking about suppressing or ignoring anxiety. I'm talking about literally reprogramming the neural connections that generate it, so it simply disappears. But I need to warn you about something. What you're about to discover goes against everything you've been taught about dealing with anxiety, and that might be uncomfortable. Because once you understand how your mind really works, you'll realize you've been fighting against yourself this whole time. Are you ready to stop being a prisoner of your own thoughts? Let me start with something that's going to shock you. Right now, as you're listening to this, your subconscious mind is processing over 11 million bits of information per second. Your conscious mind, it can barely handle 40. That means 99.9% of what's happening in your mind. You have no idea it even exists. And here's the problem. Your anxiety isn't being created by the conscious part of your mind. It's being generated by automatic patterns running in your subconscious, patterns that were programmed years, maybe decades ago, and that keep running in the background like a mental virus you can't delete. Think about it. Have you ever tried to stop feeling anxious just by deciding to stop? Of course you have. And did it work? Of course not. Because you're trying to use your conscious mind to control processes that are happening in your subconscious mind. It's like trying to drive a car by grabbing the steering wheel from the back seat. But here's the part that changes everything. You can reprogram those patterns. You can literally rewrite the code that's generating your anxiety. And the most incredible part? You can do this in a matter of minutes, not years of therapy. Let me tell you a story that forever changed my understanding of this. A few years ago, I met a neuroscientist who worked with war veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. These men and women had lived through experiences so traumatic that their brains were literally stuck in a constant state of alert. Traditional medicine said this would take years to heal, if it could be healed at all. But this scientist discovered something extraordinary. He realized that the human brain has a capacity called neuroplasticity, the ability to form new neural connections at any time. And using specific techniques that accessed the subconscious directly, he could reprogram these connections in a matter of sessions, not years. The veterans who went through his program didn't just stop having panic attacks. They reported feeling a deep peace they hadn't experienced in decades. Their brains literally erased the old patterns and installed new neural circuits associated with calm and safety. And here's what impressed me most. The same techniques that worked for war trauma work for everyday anxiety. Because anxiety, at the end of the day, is just your nervous system interpreting normal situations as threats. It's a faulty alarm system that goes off when it shouldn't. Now, before I show you how to do this, I need you to understand something fundamental about how your subconscious mind works. It doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. To it, a vivid memory and a detailed visualization are exactly the same thing. And this is the key to everything. You see, your anxiety was programmed into your subconscious through repeated experiences that your nervous system interpreted as dangerous. Maybe it was criticism from a parent when you were young. Maybe it was embarrassment in front of classmates. Maybe it was failure at something important to you. Each time your nervous system experienced what it perceived as a threat, it strengthened the neural pathways associated with fear and vigilance. But here's what nobody tells you. Those same neural pathways can be reprogrammed just as easily. Your subconscious mind doesn't care whether the new experiences you're giving it are happening in the physical world or in your imagination. It responds to vivid, emotionally charged imagery with the same intensity either way. This is why athletes visualize perfect performance before competitions. This is why surgeons mentally rehearse complex procedures. This is why the most successful people in any field spend time programming their subconscious minds with detailed visions of success. They understand that the mind can't tell the difference between a perfectly imagined experience and a real one. And now, you're going to use this same principle to delete anxiety from your system permanently. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a new neural pathway in your brain, one that's stronger and more compelling than the old anxiety patterns. We're going to give your subconscious mind such a vivid, emotionally rich experience of calm and confidence that it literally overwrites the old programming. But first, I need you to understand why this works so much better than traditional anxiety management techniques. Most approaches try to fight anxiety when it shows up. They teach you breathing exercises to do during panic attacks or meditation techniques to use when you're stressed, and these can help in the moment. But they're reactive, not proactive. They're trying to calm the storm after it's already started, instead of changing the weather patterns that create the storm in the first place. What we're going to do is preventative. We're going to reprogram your subconscious so it stops generating anxiety to begin with. Think of it this way. Imagine your mind as a computer. Right now, you have anxiety software running in the background, constantly scanning for threats, constantly preparing for worst-case scenarios. Traditional techniques are like minimizing that software when it pops up. What we're going to do is uninstall it completely and replace it with calm, confident software. The technique I'm about to teach you was developed by combining insights from neuroscience, hypnotherapy, and something called EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It uses the natural way your brain processes and stores memories to literally rewrite your emotional responses. And the beautiful part is, once you reprogram these patterns, they stay reprogrammed. You don't have to keep doing the technique every day for the rest of your life. You're not managing anxiety, you're eliminating it at its source. Are you ready to experience what it feels like to have a mind that's naturally calm, confident, and at peace? Are you ready to wake up tomorrow without that familiar knot in your stomach? Are you ready to face challenging situations with curiosity instead of dread? Then let's begin. Find a comfortable position where you won't be disturbed for the next 7 minutes. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so, or simply soften your gaze if you prefer to keep them open. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for just a moment, and let it out slowly through your mouth. Now, I want you to imagine that you're sitting in a beautiful, comfortable chair in the most peaceful place you can think of. Maybe it's by a calm lake, maybe it's in a cozy library, maybe it's on a quiet beach at sunset. Whatever feels most calming to you. Really see this place in your mind's eye. Notice the colors, the lighting, the textures around you. As you settle into this peaceful space, I want you to take a moment to acknowledge something important. The anxiety you've been carrying, it served a purpose once. It was your mind's way of trying to protect you from perceived threats. But that protection system is outdated now. It's like having a security system that's still programmed for a house you lived in 20 years ago. The system works perfectly. It's just protecting the wrong place. So we're going to thank that old system for trying to keep you safe. And then we're going to upgrade it to something that actually serves who you're becoming. Now, I want you to imagine that there's a control panel in front of you. This is the control panel for your subconscious mind. On this panel, there's a screen that shows the old anxiety program running. You can see it there. All those worry loops, those what-if scenarios, those patterns of fear and vigilance that have been running automatically in the background of your mind. Look at that program for a moment. Really observe it without judgment. This isn't about fighting it or hating it. This is about recognizing it for what it is, outdated software that needs to be replaced. Now, next to that screen, there's another screen. And on this screen, you can see a new program. This is the Calm Confidence program. In this program, your mind naturally defaults to curiosity instead of fear. Challenges become interesting puzzles to solve rather than threats to avoid. Your nervous system naturally maintains a state of relaxed alertness, calm but focused, peaceful but present. I want you to really look at this new program. Imagine what it would feel like to have this running as your default operating system. Picture yourself waking up in the morning with a sense of peaceful energy. See yourself handling difficult conversations with genuine curiosity about the other person's perspective. Visualize yourself facing unknown situations with excitement rather than dread. Feel what it's like to have a mind that naturally looks for opportunities instead of threats. Experience the sensation of breathing easily, deeply, naturally. Notice how your body feels when it's not constantly braced for danger, how your shoulders drop, how your jaw unclenches, how your stomach relaxes. Now I want you to imagine reaching out and touching the delete button on that old anxiety program. As you do, watch it begin to fade from the screen. The worry loops slow down. The what-if scenarios dissolve. The patterns of fear and vigilance simply disappear. And as they disappear, you feel a lightness in your chest, a sense of space opening up in your mind. And now, reach out and touch the install button on the new Calm Confidence program. Watch as it begins to download into your subconscious mind. Feel it integrating into your neural pathways, creating new connections, new automatic responses, new default settings for how you experience the world. As this new program installs, I want you to imagine a golden light beginning to flow through your entire nervous system. This light carries the frequency of perfect calm, of unshakable confidence, of deep inner peace. Feel it flowing through your brain, down your spine, out through every nerve in your body. This light is reprogramming every cell, every synapse, every pathway that was previously associated with anxiety. Where there used to be tension, there's now relaxation. Where there used to be fear, there's now curiosity. Where there used to be worry, there's now trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Breathe in this golden light of calm confidence. Let it fill your lungs, your bloodstream, every fiber of your being. And as you breathe out, release any remaining traces of the old programming. Let them dissolve completely, leaving no residue, no memory, no pattern behind. Now I want you to test this new programming. Imagine a situation that would have triggered anxiety before. Maybe it's a job interview. Maybe it's a difficult conversation. Maybe it's a social situation where you felt uncomfortable. Bring that situation to mind now and notice what happens. Instead of the familiar spike of anxiety, you feel curious, interested, maybe even excited. Your breathing remains calm and steady. Your heart beats with quiet confidence. Your mind is clear and focused, naturally looking for creative solutions rather than catastrophic possibilities. This is your new default setting. This is how your mind naturally responds now. Feel how different this is. Notice how much energy you have when you're not constantly burning fuel on worry and fear. Observe how much more clearly you can think when your mind isn't clouded by anxiety. And here's something beautiful that's happening as we speak. Every second you spend in this new state of calm confidence, you're strengthening these neural pathways. Every breath you take while feeling peaceful is teaching your nervous system that this is your new normal. Every moment of relaxation is programming your subconscious to default to this state automatically. Your brain is literally rewiring itself right now. New synapses are forming. New neural networks are being established. The old anxiety pathways are being pruned away like dead branches on a tree, making room for new growth, new possibilities, new ways of being. Now, I want you to imagine looking ahead to tomorrow, next week, next month, with this new programming fully integrated. See yourself moving through your days with a natural sense of ease and confidence. Watch yourself handling challenges with creativity and grace. Notice how differently people respond to you when you're operating from this place of calm centeredness. Feel the ripple effects of this change. See how your relationships improve when you're not constantly worried about what others think. Notice how much more productive you become when your mental energy isn't being drained by anxiety. Observe how many new opportunities become visible to you when you're not constantly scanning for threats. This isn't just about feeling better in the moment. This is about fundamentally changing who you are at the neurological level. You're literally becoming a different person, a person whose natural state is calm confidence rather than anxious vigilance. And the most beautiful part? This change is permanent. You don't have to do anything to maintain it. Your subconscious mind has new instructions now, and it will follow them automatically, just like it followed the old ones. The difference is, these new instructions actually serve your highest good instead of keeping you small and scared. Take one more deep breath and really absorb this new reality. Feel it settling into every cell of your body. Let it become not just something you've experienced, but something you are. This calm confidence isn't something you're putting on like a mask. It's something you're remembering about who you really are underneath all that old programming. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and return to the present moment. But know that you're returning as a different person than when you closed them. The old anxiety patterns have been deleted. The new calm confidence program is now your default operating system. And here's what I want you to notice over the next few days. You're going to find yourself responding to situations differently without even trying. You're going to catch yourself feeling curious about things that used to make you worried. You're going to notice that your body feels different, more relaxed, more at ease, more at home in the world. This isn't positive thinking or wishful thinking. This is neuroplasticity in action. This is your brain's natural ability to reorganize and reprogram itself, used intentionally to serve your well-being instead of your fear. You now have access to a tool that can transform your entire experience of being human. Use it whenever you want to upgrade any area of your life. Because if you can reprogram anxiety, imagine what else becomes possible when you truly understand the power of your own subconscious mind. The question isn't whether this works. The question is, now that you know how powerful you really are, what are you going to do with that power?